Hello everyone, and welcome to the first Souls-like guide video for Elden Ring. As you might have noticed, the game has been out for over a week now, giving people plenty of time to delve deep into the lands between. This lush world, full of both horrors and wonders alike, also happens to house a plethora of useful tools, weapons, ingredients, and more for the lowly Tarnished to use on their journey to become the next Elden Lord. But some Tarnished may find themselves asking, is there not some way that I can encounter more of these items? That might be somewhat useful. Well, as it turns out, yes, there is. It all starts with a beautiful little stat called Item Discovery. This stat, as you may have guessed, determines how often, how much, and how rare the loot the player acquires is. The higher the stat, the better the odds. Normally, the only way to get a higher item discovery is to increase the attribute it scales off of, in this case, Arcane. You probably see the issue with this already. What if your build doesn't call for a high Arcane stat? And even if it does, why wouldn't you want even more item discovery? That's where we get to the real subject of this video, the Silver Pickled Fowl Foot. Try saying that 5 times fast. Anyway, the Pickled Silver Fowl Foot is a tool that you can consume to raise your item discovery separate and apart from your Arcane stat. The buff lasts about 3 minutes, and it boosts your item discovery by a whopping 50 points. So, where can we find ourselves some pickled bird feet? Funny thing about that is, this tool is craftable, meaning as long as you know where to find the recipe and the ingredients, it's a cinch to farm. So let's get started. So first thing, you're going to want access to both a crafting kit and Torrent the Spectral Steed before you sprint off into the lands between to meet your doom. So if you're just starting, you're going to want to make your way from the First Step Grace over to the Church of Ella, the broken down building you can see from the hill due north, and buy a crafting kit from the merchant there for 300 runes. Finally, head to the Gatefront Grace to the north and just slightly west. There, you will meet Melina, who will bestow the steed upon you. Now, you're ready to begin. In order to craft any item in Elden Ring, you're going to need to find the cookbook for it first. In this case, we are looking for the Missionary's Cookbook 3, located in the smoldering church in the northwest of Caelid. Starting at the Gatefront Grace, we're going to be heading northwest along the cliffs until we reach a spirit spring. Jump up the spring to scale the cliffs, and go northward to find the road. Head across the bridge, and you will eventually reach the Summon Water Ruins. There are 2 graces to hit on the way if you would like the checkpoints. Safety is nice. Once you reach the ruins, there will be a boss to avoid. Head into the ruins on horseback, and veer to the right, avoiding the center of the ruin. There's an undead mariner, and that is not what we are after as of present. I mean, if you want to kill it, good on you. I won't stop you. Anyway, continue to follow the road past the ruins until you find a very tall, very burnt building. This is the church in question. Anastasia, a Tarnished Eater, will invade here, so you'll be kicked off of Torrent, and you will have to sprint to the Grace. Light the Grace and grab the loot before she can get to you if you can. You can beat her or die, and it won't matter because we already got what we came for. Ha, screw you, lady! Anyway, should you die and fail to grab the items, you can simply travel back to the Grace and try again. Now, it's time to farm for resources. As we can now see, 3 ingredients are required to make the Silver Pickled Fowl Foot. We need 3 Rowa fruit, 1 silver firefly, and 1 4-toed fowl foot per craft. So that's 30 Rowa, 10 fireflies, and 10 feet for 10 pickled feet. Rowa are found basically everywhere, but one of the best farms is actually from the First Step Grace. I know, right? I love it when things are simple. There are 4 bushes within 10 feet of this Grace. I like to mash interact while holding sprint and just make a circle back to the Grace, looting as I go. You can get 1 to 3 Rowa fruit from every source, so as you can imagine, you'll have enough in no time. The other 2 are a bit trickier. A very early source of silver fireflies lies in a cave to the southwest of the First Step Grace, the Coastal Cave. Start out heading northwest till you see the cliffs give way to a descending path. Follow this path to the coast. Once you hit the beach, head south. You will eventually run into some demi-humans guarding the entrance. It can be really annoying to find at first, so please watch the footage carefully. Now, I should probably mention, this cave is quite dark. So if you'd prefer to be able to see everything as you sprint through, or if you'd like to clear the cave entirely, you may want to go grab a lantern from the isolated merchant in the far west of the Weeping Peninsula. This is not a requirement, just a potentially helpful item. At any rate, lantern or no lantern, after lighting the Grace, sprint through the tunnel ahead. It will open up into a big chamber full of demi-humans. Ignore them or kill them. Fastest way is just to sprint forward past the first monster, fall off the ledge to the lower floor, and sprint ahead to the boss room. There is a summon sign on the ground right before entering. If you're fast enough, you can summon him before the enemies get to you, but don't wait around, he'll take a while to spawn. Enter the chamber ahead of him and try to pick off some of the smaller demi-humans before the big guys start swinging. Once our friend catches up, he will assist with gravity wells, pulling the enemies together for easy tandem attacks and big slashing damage. It's nice having friends. The boss has fairly quick attacks and can be hard to react in time against. Just watch your health, try to take out some of the ads, and work to split the two bosses' attentions between you and our summoned friend. Things should work out okay. Now, after successfully defeating the boss, you will see a patch of little lights on the ground near the center of the arena. These are the Silver Fireflies. And now that the boss is dead, we can sprint here repeatedly with little danger. There is also a convenient return to entrance beacon that will put us back to the mouth of the cave and refresh the world for another harvest. Keep running through until you have enough fireflies. Side note, if you continue through the cave after the boss arena, you will eventually come out onto an island that holds the Church of Dragon Communion. Here you can offer dragon hearts you gather from defeating dragon enemies in exchange for dragon spells. Just so you know. Knowledge is power after all. Okay, it's time for the final step. Unpickled bird feet. We are heading for Fort Height in East Limgrave. From the Castlegate Grace, head east down the main road until it forks. Follow the north path. You can follow the road the whole way. At a certain point, the Grace will be directly ahead. Light it and you should see some rocks nearby that jut out over the ridge. There will be two cute little birdies hanging out on the edge. Murder them. Then go rest at the Grace. Rinse and repeat. Now, this can get a bit tedious without the right moveset. If you attack without killing both, or otherwise spook them, they will attempt to fly for their lives. As such, wide slashing attacks, such as the ones shown in this video, or AoEs are very effective for this farm. Eventually, they will drop a 4-toed fowl foot. And finally, we can make a Silver Pickled Fowl Foot. Go into your crafting menu and the options should be highlighted. Let's craft one. Now, if you're one who has plenty of time, you can do these farms as is for the materials and save everything you get. Or alternatively, you can make a Silverfoot and use it for its item discovery boost. It will then improve the returns on the Rowa and 4-toed farms. This will not work with the Fireflies, however. So there you have it. Everything you need to know to be able to boost your item discovery from the beginning of the game. Now, whether it is your enemy-equipped weapon or armor of choice, smithing stones, resource harvesting, or anything else, you'll be able to achieve your goals much more reliably and quickly. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I really hope it helps. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos in the future. If you have any questions or suggestions for other guides I should do, please leave them in the comments section below. Until we meet again, goodbye.